Hello everyone, welcome back to X-tricated. I am your favorite host, KB, and with me here is DDB, my sidekick as usual.
You see, but I started bullying. I told you that I have the license to bully him from henceforth. I had the license, but now he's bullying me already.
Oh please, keep quiet. Let me do this.
Alright, I continue.
So, welcome back. Here's another episode, and today we are going to have a very interesting topic.
Personal.
It's a trending topic.
A personal self.
Okay, so the 2023 is here. It's also a new year, obviously.
What's the first thing that
what is the first thing in your mind? What do you think about 2023? What is in your mind, David?
New Year resolutions, man.
Okay, so New Year resolutions are pretty common. Everybody starts the year with a goal that they want to achieve by the end of the year or during the course of the year and stuff. So I'm not really a fan of New Year resolutions. Are you, David?
No, I stopped having resolutions in what's it called? I don't know what year, 2019, 2018. One of those years. Okay, 2019, I remember. 2019. I stopped having them. I have something close to resolutions, but they are not resolutions basically. Yeah, maybe let's say I have targets that I want to achieve, targets I want to achieve and hit and all that, but not resolutions basically, right? And I've learned something. Resolutions that if you make, some people used to make resolutions, I must do this thing, blah blah blah, and guess what? After 2 weeks, they will not be able to do that.
Oh, you know how gyms are really packed. Oh my god, I need to. Okay, I should not tell you about my gym experience today.
Please.
The gym was jam packed. So many people were coming to register at the gym this job for this month.
Very interesting.
And it was a little bit. I wouldn't lie, I don't like it because I don't like seeing too many people in office.
No, because like the space now, and you're going
so
going to overcrowd the area.
Yeah, so everybody's coming with a new year resolution. Maybe they want to keep fit or whatever. Anyway, all those are good if you can sustain them.
Yeah,
but we want to tell you about a new year resolution.
The most important
Nigerians
are
talking to you.
The most important
we want to tell you about a new year resolution that matters.
Very, very important. Matters. Very, very important.
Take it upon yourself to vote wisely.
Vote wisely, you.
Take it upon yourself to vote wisely. I'm saying it again.
Don't say your votes. That's even what I say. Don't say your vote.
So that's what today's topic is going to be about. That is the New Year resolution that actually matters. 2023 is the year that so many people have been waiting for. I remember in 2020 during the whole Corona lockdown and everything.
Yeah.
Me and my cousin we started listening to radio more often, and there's this show that we used to listen to. I can't remember the name of the station. I really would have loved to give them a shout out. But then I don't even think that the station is even on air anymore. But then they used to count down to the 2023 election right from 2020.
Wow.
They will say you hear 1,000 and so days to the election, that kind of thing. So for a long time, people have been looking forward to the 2023 election. And like we mentioned in the last podcast, it's a very, very important one. It's one that has the potential to be very divisive, has the potential to be very close. Also,
it may well change the course of history when it comes to
the course of history. Yes.
When it comes to how Nigeria is being managed and how Nigeria is being seen, not even managed,
on the
international stage. Yeah.
Yes.
The election process, every single thing. I was talking to someone, my neighbor here. He said he worked in an election as an election ad hoc, right? And what he's told me that his last experience was that what then at that point in 2019 was that like he was an official with ballot boxes in front of him. Guess what? APC will just come to their area and then just like that, they'll just pay off the policemen and the policemen will just move. They'll just move, get out, and then guess what?
So
they are now like anything, and they'll not even coordinate. they will not coordinate what's it called, and they will pay off people. And I also saw a video recently about people being paid money in dollars, and then they're giving their voters card.
Wow.
Yes, and they're like, the moment they give you the money, like there's someone giving the money, then there's another person, and the funny thing is that the other person that is collecting the voters card is like a official per se. I'm not sure. He's one of the security officials that we have in this country, blah blah blah. So anyway, and that was really not it's not a good outlook, basically, going outside. And see, this year, it's, as we said, it's going to be very historic. It's going to change the course of history when it comes to us being managed in a good way. And there's a lot of things coming up, right, that are happening in Nigeria. Like, you know that recently I found out that Nigeria has found new like 44 minerals, natural resources, in Nigeria, new ones that it has now made Nigeria. One of them is lithium. We talked about lithium the other time when Tesla wants to come to Nigeria and then mine.
Well, we'll probably do an episode about that.
We're going to do an episode on that lithium and other natural resources, because like, this is one of the
lithium might become the new gold.
It is the new gold. Just imagine, before 2020, it was before 2019, 2018, it was $6,000 per ton. Now $178,000.
You can just imagine what.
Just imagine what you can
maybe
do
by next year, or 2025.
And then where lithium basically is being used in batteries, right? And then we're moving into a place where people are using energy in a different way. You understand?
Yes.
We're looking for renewable energies, energies that are not
we have cars that run on electricity now, electric cars.
Yes,
you know, and
they need lithium batteries, and they need lithium
why
batteries.
Tesla wanted to, come and mine lithium in Nigeria.
But then the minister told them that
that was a really good
smart
decision.
move.
Very smart move, because why would you just come to mine a mineral in the country and just go? You understand? Come and set up your plant.
Come and set up your plant.
Set up a company here,
so that
provide jobs for the people
opportunity
here.
Exactly.
There are people studying related courses in the university that will benefit from a company like Tesla coming to mine lithium.
Anyway, let's not sidetrack. We're going to have an episode on that thing. So, and that episode is going to be about not just Nigeria and its natural resources, but Africa in general. It's going to because a lot of things are happening. There's going to be lithium wars, other wars, and blah blah blah. So, but anyway, vote wisely.
So this year, David, let me ask you a question. When we say vote wisely, what are the reasons why people wouldn't even vote wisely to start with?
1, temptation. 2, greed. And to be honest, people can be swayed, because I feel that, like last week we talked about who is going to win, who has the more likelihood based on popular say or popular belief now that Jagaban is going to win, right?
Yes.
And just because of that, you see someone will come and say, "Yeah, you said you know that Jagaban is going to win. Why are you going to stress yourself?" Right? Now, one, you see people will say, "Okay, fine, they've given up. They are not going to go and vote their person anymore." The second one is that okay, fine, they're going to be swayed and give you money.
Yes.
You understand?
Financial endorsement.
Financial endorsement of saying, okay, fine, I'll give you this money, just give us your votes, because you know what will happen at the end of the day. Your vote will work out. You understand? So, but there's something I wanted to add to this. What other reason would people not vote wisely? Is basically the reasons I just mentioned. Like if it comes to me, I'll say let's just keep talking.
Peculiar to Nigeria, especially from where we come from. We as Northerners, you understand, we have this how would I put it? We have sentiments. You understand? We would prefer to vote for somebody like us rather than vote for someone else. You understand?
Yes.
So there's always that tribal. I mean, I feel like it's all over Nigeria too, because if you take a look at people like Tinubu right now,
and I
people that you probably wouldn't have expected to be voting for somebody like Tinubu, because he's a Yoruba person, you have a lot of Yoruba people like going behind him, that type of stuff.
Yeah.
So that's an example. You understand? So like the North is very, very strong in the North. The North will most likely still want to vote for a Northerner. You understand? Just because, you know, that's their people, and we're very sentimental lots. We don't want to vote a person outside their tribe or a person outside their religion and stuff like that. So that's another thing. That is
to add to what KB just mentioned here. Part of what I wanted to say was basically critical, not being able to voting wisely. People are not going to vote wisely because they don't think critically about certain things.
Yes.
Because one, I'm a Northerner, right? And normally Northerners, like we call Northerners in the Hausa area, you see, they will never ever vote an Igbo man. Why? Because they don't want an Igbo man to rule Nigeria. You understand? That is so dumb. See, if you're a Hausa man, person, listen to me, and you have that mentality, I'll honestly, I'm saying that, yeah, that's a very dumb mentality. I'm not saying you're dumb, but then indirectly, like I'm telling you that, like that's a dumb mentality.
You know why something like that still exists. You know why something like that still exists.
Yeah,
I feel like, you know, the Civil War, there was kind of like an abrupt settlement. The wounds have not really healed. It's just like having a problem and sweeping it under the rug.
Come on, for God's sake.
The wounds have not really healed.
Mm-hmm.
The Igbos still do not really like the Hausas like that. The Hausas still do not like the Igbos.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I will use the word hate. Both tribes hate each other.
Yeah.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they probably coexist in a place together and stuff like that, especially maybe in metropolitan areas where you have.
They could do a business environment. They could actually be happy with each other when it comes to a business environment, but trust me, they don't like each other when it comes to politically, when it comes to ruling. You understand? But to me, honestly, I see that as a very
it is backward.
It's very backward. Like, why won't you think critically, right, and understand? Okay, fine, we are a nation. We're not just one person. You understand? We're a group of different ethnic groups. You understand? And forget about that ethnic group, for instance. I know that that's not ever going to happen. We're actually going to factor it in. But then think critically, think forward. Who is the best candidate for you?
Because,
like, think critically.
Honest, whether it's your tribal man.
If it's your tribal man and you think that person, you've thought critically about it, and you say, okay, fine, that person is really going to take us places, and you believe so, and you have valid and logical points, not sentimental points, please.
Yes. To prove that, this person can
actually take us and lead us there.
You know.
Then vote the person. Make your decision that way, right? But not based on he's our person now.
You understand? Because if you think about it, if an Igbo man, for example, becomes president of Nigeria, he's not becoming a president for Igbo people. He's becoming a president of Nigeria. If he's going to be a bad president, all Nigerians will feel it. If he's going to be a good president, all Nigerians will feel it.
That's the thing. At the end of the day, everybody will feel it. So let's be honest. You voted. I wanted to say something. Let's be honest. Right? The Northerners voted for Buhari. You understand? And he won. At the end of the day, who is suffering at the end of the day? It's not all of us that are voting. And guess what? The Northerners are suffering more.
We are the ones suffering more.
Yeah, we are the ones that are suffering more than others.
If you take into consideration maybe things like insecurity, you know, everything that has plagued us currently.
Exactly.
And when you even talk about poverty in Nigeria, you're going to even think first of the north before you even think of a different place, especially places like the northwest.
We're the worst receiving end of this whole thing.
You know, so it does. So if you say that, this person that you voted was because the guy is from your place, is from your village. At the point there was a time that the president went to the order and he was being booed.
Yes,
exactly. Whether he was stoned or something like that.
The women there in the order, there was a video going and they were like protesting against him.
You can just imagine. So you know, if you vote based on sentiments, some people will tell you that they will even rather do wahala. They will vote even if the person is going to be bad, let the person be bad.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make sense. Why would you even do that? would you, okay, if you had a fire in your house, would you go and call a shoemaker, because the shoemaker is your tribe, to come and put out the fire, when you have a known fireman, an experienced fireman just right there next to you, or from a different tribe? You understand?
And do you know what? Like, I want to challenge everybody. Yeah, this is something that has been inside our head, like not even our head. It's basically in our blood, man. It's basically like a culture, right? Even when giving a job, it's the same thing. I'm going to give it to my man instead of the person that is actually the best at doing this, right? I'm going to give it to the person that I know, rather than the person that is capable of doing it. You understand? It's always like that. It's always like that in this country. But I hope you listening will take that up as a challenge, though.
So I wanted to say something in the beginning of this podcast that we're going to try our best to not even leak who we're going to vote for in the election, even though David has already said his own in the previous episode.
Yeah.
But then I was going to try my best to, steer away from giving off who I want to even vote for in the election, because this is what we're trying to encourage. We want everybody to think for themselves.
Yeah.
We're not trying to tell you to vote for a particular person. We're not trying to tell you to vote for, So I'm going to be a little bit biased, but I'm going to try my best to stay in line. So there's something that's been going on, especially when it comes to Nigerian politics. We talk about a certain political candidate now that apparently has a very great track record. You understand? A certain person that built a certain state. That is even that particular state. But then, I'm trying my best not to make, but then,
and a certain person that said he tamed a certain setting from wiping a certain setting.
Hello, calm down, that's too much. So, when we talk about track record in this country, I don't know, people do not actually speak of track record in terms of actual success. They speak of track record based on experience. If you look at it, if a person should come out for president today and you do not know that guy, you don't know that guy from anywhere, for example, he has not had any political position before, and the person comes out for president, especially during primaries, that is very common.
And you see
people will say, why doesn't this guy go and contest for local government election first now?
He's not
why doesn't this person contest? That's what people
That's
say.
what we'll say, yeah.
And sometimes it's not. If you want to talk about track record, look at the person's actual achievements, not what they've held, not what positions they've held in the past,
and not how many years they have in politics.
Yeah, not how many years they have in politics, because that's one of the reasons why who is being listening that the guy knows politics so well. Yeah, you actually have to know politics. That's fine and good. But I remember reading this post on LinkedIn. It was more recently that I read it, but then it was from like 2015 when Singapore were doing elections or something like that. The person made a quote, or he said something that I want to quote. The person said that the Titanic was built by experienced people. You understand? People that experienced engineers in quotes. You understand? And it was also driven by same experienced people who happened to it. Hit an iceberg. A lot of people died. It was one of the greatest disasters. Maybe not one of the greatest disasters.
One of the greatest.
We can tell me it's one of that. You can tell me that. Then he also made example of Noah's Ark. If you're a religious person, whether you're a Muslim or a Christian, you know about the story of Noah's Ark. You understand? So Noah, he was a carpenter. The Prophet Noah was kind of like a carpenter, and then you can say, okay, he's a little bit experienced in that, but then that's just about it. He had never built something as massive as the ark that he built. You understand?
He has never built anything close to that.
He had never built anything close to that. so arguably he's a newcomer to ship, not just ship making, but also ship steering. You understand? Commanding, okay, you put a ship on the water and then it goes to a point where every person aboard was safe.
Apart from even ship steering, it was all about even managing to even board like different animals, a whole lot
Yes,
of stuff.
things that he had never
he never
done.
had
Understand?
experience.
I
to
mean,
do that.
it was more of a, you know, it was more of a miracle, prophetic miracle. You understand?
Yeah.
Because God blesses his messengers with abilities
Yeah.
beyond what normal humans can.
Yeah.
But then, I mean, it's the kind of thing that we're trying to talk about, because you may think that this person is a baby face, let me put it that way, to politics or something like that.
Yeah,
And
let's-
but that person can actually be the
let's
person
even talk-
that
let's
will
even
put
talk about
positive
this.
steps.
Let's even talk about this, right? Yaradua, was he not a baby face?
It was a baby face.
And let's be honest, everybody that is going to listen to this would say that basically that Yaradua has been the best president we've had
Yes.
since 1999.
Yeah, that's what people keep on saying.
Yeah.
You understand?
You understand? Because there was clear direction in his time, and there was receipt. It was not, not just talk. He was actually doing what he said he was going to
Yes.
do.
Remember the
You
whole
understand?
this 7-point agenda?
Yes,
everything?
7-point agenda, exactly.
Nobody came with a manifesto that clear cut
Very
during
clear.
that election.
Till
You
today,
understand?
even the ones that are what's it called? Till today, all of them that are doing election contesting this year have not seen a clear cut, well explained manifesto like that. one.
Yes. I mean, he ended up having a stolen mandate.
Yeah.
But then he actually did what he said he was going to do. So there are some things that we need to consider when we are.
He was doing
when
it
we are
when he passed.
Yeah, oh yeah.
He was
doing what he
what
set out
he
to
said,
do.
Yeah.
Yeah, before he passed on. So there are some things that we really need to consider when we are talking about voting wisely in this election. There are some questions that we need to ask ourselves, and the only way we can ask ourselves this question is if we actually follow politics closely. We need to reach this point where political apathy becomes a thing of the past.
Yeah.
I mean, you might not. I mean, I'm not one of those people that aggressively say go and get your voter's card, whatever. You might be a 17-year-old listening to this, but you can still make an impact. You don't have to actually have a voter's card to even have an impact. You can talk to the people around you. You can talk to the people around you and educate them. Because, to be very honest, it's not like this podcast is even going to reach the people who really matter when it comes to, you understand, when it comes to thinking deeply about it, because that's the people who do not know at all.
Yeah.
So it goes upon you now listening to this. It goes upon people like me, people like David, to like educate people around us. Like, okay, you've got your voter's card now. What are you going to do with this voter's card? Don't go and give this to somebody that is trying to just give you probably 2,000 naira and tell you to vote for them. You understand? Or give you some rice, Indomie, beans. I mean, I saw it. I said I wasn't. I'm trying my best not to give away. At least I'm not telling you who I'm voting, but it's more like as if I'm telling you who I'm hating.
See, okay, if you know something, right, based on this episode and the other episode, you already know who's voting.
You probably don't know who I'm voting.
The last episode that we did, there's something he talked about one certain candidate, and then now that he's talking about this certain candidate that he doesn't want to talk about, and you already know who, right? So you already know who he's voting.
Okay, at least you know that I'm a hater of this one, so don't cancel me. Anyway, so we have to ask ourselves some questions. So first of all, the morals of that person. Is the candidate one of good moral standing? That is in particular with regard to the values of honesty and integrity. Is the person honest?
Yeah.
Is this person known to have shady deals, have a checkered past? But you can't really know based on I'm not playing, like what he's saying is right, by the way, the question, right? So it comes back to now you thinking critically here, right? Because like move beyond the face value, right? Move beyond the face value. Honesty and integrity, yeah. Honesty and integrity, they are basically two different things. One is what you tell yourself, and then the other is what you tell others. Tell others, yes.
You understand, or what others see. You get? So you've got to really look beyond and see, okay, fine, what do people not see that this person is not doing that he sees he is doing?
Yes.
Right? You've got to really try and see that, right? Like, read beyond, like, in between the lines. You understand? That's very, very important, so that you can make an informed decision for yourself. You get? That's very, 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 very important. Next question.
We can also ask yourself, does the candidate uphold the principles that are enshrined in the Nigerian pledge? I mean, how many of us remember our Nigerian pledge? So can that person be faithful, loyal, honest? Like we've already mentioned honesty.
Yeah.
Is the person willing to serve Nigeria with all his strengths? You understand? That's very important. Will this person defend Nigeria's unity?
Guys, just 10 seconds back. The strength, the way came the stress, that strength
to defend Nigeria's unity. Will the person defend Nigeria's unity? Is the person the kind of guy that will come into power now and then, do divide and rule? You understand? Set different tribes against each other. You understand? Just make the country a living hell based on, because we already know that. I already mentioned it. Like I said, the wounds of the civil war have not yet fully healed. Understand? The wounds have not yet healed. So we need somebody. Is there somebody that can come in and say, okay, regardless of these differences that we have now, can we just try to make a Nigeria that is much better? You understand? That is much better. And then, can he uphold our honor and glory?
Yeah.
Especially on the international stage.
Uphold our honor and glory is actually one of the, like, it's actually an important one.
Yes.
Because, like, how do people see you out there? Right?
People will see your country the way they see your president.
Exactly.
That's usually
he is basically the ambassador.
He's your representative of
every He's the ambassador.
He's
the ambassador. Then you have next is, does your candidate promote a culture of life and dignity of the human person? Now, this is now being like, your candidate, is that person really empathetic?
Yes.
Right? Does the person is the person really human in nature? That's basically it. Or is the person just, I wanted to say logic, but not it's good to be logic, to have logic or to be logical. But then, does that person recognize humanity in totality, right? Humanity in the point that, okay, fine, how empathetic is the person with certain set of people, right? Is it that the person discriminates, or is it the person that is just, okay, I don't care for human life, right? And I can do anything just to get, anything goes just to get what I want to get. You understand?
A good example would be, take this war against insecurity, for example. Now, I mean, most logical people will be like, okay, just bombard everywhere, type of thing. But then you also have to consider that some of these places where these bandits and terrorists go to hide are still communities where innocent civilians are living in. I don't know if you've watched this movie. It was actually kind of an Air Force movie. So I think the Nigerian Air Force in 2020 were doing a lot of things, like they were trying to make their image really good. You understand? And that movie was called Eagle Wings.
I love the movie.
There was a part in the movie where okay, this guy crashed. He crash landed, so he found his way into a community. So people were a little bit skeptical about him because he was an Air Force guy, because they know that okay, they've suffered some losses due to Air Force what's it called, Air Force raids and that type of stuff. So those type of things could happen. You understand? So you as this person now as the presidential candidate, do you think that this person can be that guy that would consider human lives to, human lives when they are in the line of fire? You understand? I mean, there are some times.
Do you know that? Let me even say this. Do you know that there are certain towns and cities which I know that it was necessary to do military action, right? But then you see that they're going to just come and like blow a whole town up. You understand? Like military strike, airstrike, just burn it down completely. But then there are people down there.
But I don't like Seth Rollins.
Burn it down. If you watch wrestling?
Oh, David, they're getting distracted. Calm down.
Seth freaking Rollins, man. But anyway, so like it goes back to there's this inclusivity. You understand? We look at what was it called? Like how whether the person is going to also work to preserve and promote moral values. Yes. And well, like it's really important as a president. Do you know that all these questions I've been asking, right? It's not just your candidate. Like, I really want to stress this enough, right? Because you've got, and that's why I've kept asking myself these questions over and over and over, right? Because you don't just look at, don't just be critical about one person, the people that you hate, right?
Yes.
The candidates that you hate.
Yes.
Be critical about the candidate
that you love.
You understand? So be very, 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 very critical, right, on each one of the candidates. Do you know that I had to sit down and read all, like, on like the four major candidates that I have: Kwankwaso, Atiku, BAT, and Peter Obi. Now I had to listen. Not listen. I had to read all their manifestos, and to be honest, I was impressed with each and every one of them. Right? They talk on paper very well, right? But then
that's just one part of it.
That's just one part of it. See, and it's way beyond the manifesto, right? It's beyond how clear they want to actually achieve what they want to achieve, right? What do they have in place, right? What steps are they going to take?
Yes,
you understand? And how are they going to? It's not that they want to achieve it, yeah, but how are they going to achieve it? How they are going to achieve it? Are they going to preserve morals? You understand? One, are they going to be inclusive in that? You understand? Are they going to answer the questions that we just said? And like, can they build like an inclusive society, like free from oppression and discrimination?
Exactly.
Yeah, you understand?
Very, very
in the
current Nigerian climate.
We're talking about ethnic groups.
You have to be able to build a society where one tribe is not feeling away, pushed out. Understand?
You get. So
you have to include everybody.
And I think this is one thing that I want to give credit to most countries that we know of that are popular, right? US, for example, they have many tribes. But guess what?
Let's call it ethnicity rather than tribes.
They have different ethnic groups, you understand? But they act as one.
Yeah, technically it's not as one, but
yeah, I know. No, that one is on a different level now. Okay. That one is on a political level. They are different, two different, the Democrats and the Republicans, and that one is based on one being open-minded and one being
liberal.
And yeah,
one being open-minded and one being conservative.
Exactly, that's basically it. You understand? So that one is a different thing. So that one is basically a different phenomena. That's the new ethnic groups that they've created for themselves. You understand? Which is fine. It's okay. At least we're not doing it based on ethnic groups now. We're not doing it based on the people that are in this particular part of the country. We're doing it based on ideology.
You see one thing that you are talking about ethnic groups now. When we talked about inclusivity, we talked about freedom from discrimination and oppression. The first thing that came to mind was ethnic group, and I think that's what everybody thinks, and that is where we've had it wrong. I am somebody that kind of respects Sanusi Lamido, the former Emir of Kano. He's a very, very intelligent man. Very, very, his knowledge is wonderful. That's what I can say about this man. He talked about inclusivity one time, and I think it was on Arise TV or where I was watching it. he said that we're not even talking about whether, okay, how many Igbos are going to be in power if a Northerner is in power or whatever. If we should have even gone beyond that by now.
Exactly.
We should be talking now about, okay, how many women are in this thing. Because you can have, okay, you can have, let's say Peter Obi wins the election now. And the Igbo is president now. Say, will everybody be satisfied? It's not. Okay, fine. So people will say, okay, we are satisfied now, and the Igbo has become president. But then that doesn't solve the problem.
It doesn't solve the problem. It actually makes it worse in this country.
You understand?
If that happens, it actually makes it worse.
You have to have inclusivity in other aspects. Is there a gender balance in government? How many females are in your legislative arm?
Wait,
in this country right now?
Like on this particular...
How many females have become governor? How many women? Let me not say females. How many women have become governor in this country?
Right now, it's only one female governor that we have, right? And she's in Adamawa State.
Governor?
Yeah.
Or governorship candidate?
Governor.
Okay.
Oh, candidate. No, sorry, candidate. She won the incumbent in the primaries. She's not a governor yet. Apologies. She's
and I think they even... I don't know how it came out, but I think it was... I think it got challenged. I don't know. I think
she won the I think she won the primaries last time.
She did.
She won the primaries last time. They challenged it and then they made it. I think she even won the governorship. I can't remember. Adamawa State people, please send us a DM. Tell us. Let us know. Right?
She won this year.
Yeah, she won the primaries and they tried challenging. They challenged it. No, but no, she's still the one.
I know that one was it Taraba State
before
some years back. I think it was 2015.
But they challenged it.
It was challenged and then it got.
And then the guy won.
So it's and if you even look at that, it's more of a I can't let a woman rule me kind of thing. So it's part of this part of the problem. We do not just look at David was saying earlier. These questions are not just to ask our leaders, also ask ourselves because we are also a very integral part in nation building. It's not just to go and vote. It's not just to vote wisely. It's also to change our mentality. If you look at a team like us now, sorry, we always used to bring sports into whatever we are discussing. But as Arsenal fans, we are very proud of our team right now. One of the noticeable changes, if you compare Arteta's Arsenal to Arsene Wenger's Arsenal, not even the recent coaches, is that the mentality of winning is now there. You understand?
It's not just shifts in mentality. It's not just even the what's it called that mentality. There's something called victory in harmony. I can't remember what it is in Latin, right? But then that's the slogan of Arsenal, victory in harmony, right? I'll be harmony in victory, any more you want to call it. So like what he did was to bring together both, like before he came and even when he came, there was this divide in what's it called in the Arsenal fan base all over the world, because there was a set that wanted Arsene Wenger to leave and then he has spoiled the club, and then there was a aspect of the fan club that wanted Arsene Wenger to stay
based on past
success and glory, right? Now after Arsene Wenger left, now everything now broke. You understand? Now there are people that are supporting are saying, hey, it was because of you people that protested and then took out this guy, this great man, blah blah. Now what Arteta has brought to now was unified, right? And how he
not just the players, also the fan base.
Yes, and guess what he did? Now I'm not going to say I'm a supporter of gay gunners or the gays or whatever you want to say, right? But there's something that they did about the whole unity when it comes to they make sure that everybody is represented in the fan base. You understand? Whatever you bring to the club, they will accept, as long as it's going to make sure that everybody is in harmony. Right, it's in unity. Yes, you're from different places. And recently they uploaded they have a new artwork around the stadium, and what they did was basically have a whole section of the stadium outside. They're going to print flags of different countries, of different Ghana fans, different section, like from different countries. You could see as Nigeria's flag boldly there, and then you see what's it called, Nigerian Gunners, Ghana Nigeria. You understand? And that was, to be honest, that was so special to me as a Nigerian. Like it was just like, oh my god, they actually represent and take and include every single person into this decision and everything.
Understand.
That's exactly how we as Nigerians should look
exactly.
at. Yeah.
So you need to look for a person that is going to bring
You're Nigerian.
If you are having a fracture, you would want to go to a very, very good orthopedic doctor that will bring back those divided parts of your bones together and mend them successfully. You understand? That is what we need right now in Nigeria. We need somebody that can actually bring us together. Not somebody that says they will bring us together,
or
somebody that can actually act on it, and not somebody that says one thing and his actions are showing that he is for one set of people.
And also let me drop one wisdom for you. Yeah. So when you're thinking of seeing whether that person is going to do what they are doing, is right, their manifestos and the way they talk, right? How exactly are they saying they are going to do this? How exactly do they want to do it? Are they just blabbing? Are they just skipping? Right? In their manifestos, you see some of them will say that they want to change this and they make this and they make this, but how are they going to do it? There are some that I've read, two specifically that I've read, that they are going to do so and so, and they've already had a partnership with this, that they are going to do this in 1 stage, 2 stage, 3 stage, very detailed. Two of them, one is my candidate, the other one is a popular candidate in the youth, basically. So like they've really articulated exactly how they're going to do it, with who they're going to do it, and the stages that it's going to take, how long it's going to take to actually do this, right? It gives you that realistic sense that yes, this person knows what they are doing, right? And even if they don't know, even if it's not going to happen during their time, they're going to make sure that they've put certain things in the framework in place for that to happen. Yeah, that is the kind of candidate I want to think of, I want to have. Not that I'm going to do it based on sentiment.
Yes. And
based on sentiment, what are they going to give you?
The next question you're saying is if that candidate is in touch with the needs of the people and demonstrates selfless service and puts the nation before self.
This is
we have a problem with this current administration when it comes to the part where I said that they need to be in touch with the needs of the people. I feel like this government is not really in touch. They do some certain things. I mean, sometimes it's good. Sometimes there are decisions that are horribly wrong.
Yeah.
You understand? But then when they talk, you already know that these people, either they didn't have the follow through or they are lying. Because we are the ones that are here and we know that this is when I talk now, lie when I talk.
Exactly.
You understand? So either they didn't have the follow through to make sure that okay, these policies or these new programs that they started or these new programs that they started are actually being done. You understand? But then, you know, they come out, they say we've done this, and it's almost like as if you're slapping the masses on the face. You understand? Like almost like they're telling us that we're not intelligent. You know, they're telling us we did this for you, but then you didn't see it.
There's a friend that said something. A friend of mine, I think you know him, Suleiman SSG. He said something. He said, why is it that they are not going to consult the people? Right? When we say consult the people, it must not be everybody. Right? Carry different samples of people from different places.
Yes.
Yeah. Keep them in one. What's it called? In business, we say sampling basically. Yeah. When especially in a tech startup, you create an app, right? You bring different groups of people. You understand? Let them sit down, try it, and then you hear their feedback. Yeah. Accept their critical feedback, right? Whatever you're trying to do before you put something out into the public, right? Do they do that stuff? You hear them say that the people wanted this, blah, blah, everybody needed. Who told you we needed that? You understand? So you've got to put the needs of the people first, right? And really include them in your decisions.
Yes.
Right? Yeah, and certain things. So that is very, 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 very important. Being selfless. Like there's some people that for example, they just want to do their goals. They just want to do what they want to do. right? And to hell with whatever is going to happen.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, it's good to be logical, but at the same time, right? Try and be empathetic. Yeah. It's basically where I would say I like Erufai, but he lacks the balance in that area. He's extremely logical and he's not empathetic. But I like the fact that he's logical, but he should at least balance it. When he's doing some of the things, give heads up. Apart from giving heads up, tell them that okay, I'm going to do this, and you have
some decisions you're going to take as a leader are not going to be popular. Like we said in the last episode,
I'm not going to be
whoever
popular.
wins the election this 2023, that fuel subsidy that we've been talking about is going to be removed.
Whether you like it or not.
It doesn't. It's not even a matter of I'm voting Kwankwaso, I'm voting Obi, I'm voting Atiku, I'm voting
all of them are in support of
every single one of them is in support of that fuel subsidy. And you all know that it's not a popular opinion. You know that even now we are saying petroleum is petrol is 145 naira. It's very expensive.
It's going to get way expensive than
you understand? So it's an unpopular opinion. But then if a leader knows that okay, this is something that is going to be beneficial for the nation, he's going to know a way to convey that message to the people that this is going to be troubling. These are going to be trying times. But then you have to keep it together. Let's stick
together and ride this through. Yeah,
you understand?
At least people, not everybody will understand, but at least people even appreciate.
Will appreciate
that you actually came and you actually talked about it. Yeah. And at least sympathize and empathize with people, right?
That's true.
So
that's one of the qualities that you just. That's one of the questions you have to ask yourself. So how do you know all these things now? I mean, if you have to watch all the major candidates. You understand? You have to watch all of them. Don't be biased. Don't be biased. Exactly.
Don't be critical on just one person. Be critical of all of them.
That person that you even think you love, regardless of
just
who he is.
Try it. Just try it and see.
You might find out that okay, maybe this is not. And all these things we said, we've mentioned like 6 or 7 questions. Not all the check boxes are going to be checked.
Yeah.
You understand? Somebody might have more. Somebody might have 5 out of the 6.
Yeah.
Somebody might have 3 out of the 6. Somebody might have. So it is not even normal for you to have 6 out of 6.
See, it's not possible.
You look like an angel.
See, please.
Which is
another thing. Please don't expect anybody to be perfect.
Don't expect anybody to be perfect. That's very true.
Don't expect anybody to be perfect.
Regardless of whatever your expectations are from that person.
Yeah.
You actually have to give the person time because. Let us say that all presidential candidates are good candidates for Nigeria. They are going to do well. Nigeria is going to experience at least maybe a year or 2 of suffering before things will get better. They're going to take decisions that will make you wonder what is wrong with this president.
What are they doing?
What is wrong with this
government? You will hate the person that you even voted.
You might start hating.
You might start hating the person.
You understand
the person.
So you actually have to also be patient to see what happens within the first 2-3 years of the administration. And when maybe even the 3rd year, you start seeing that okay, it's like this is not working out. You understand? Then you should also have the confidence to vote that person out, even though you voted that person into power.
Yes.
You should also have the confidence to say, okay, let me go a different direction.
After critically,
that is if you critically looked at the situation and said that this person is actually failing. Because sometimes it might appear the person is, but he is not. You understand?
Yeah.
So all those things you need to think about all that. You need to, when people are campaigning, go for, if you are coming to your community or what have you, go to, regardless of what party you belong to. I know some of us belong to parties. Yes, that alone makes us even a little bit biased when it comes to this kind of situation.
Yeah.
You might belong to a PDP or APC party or even LP too. As a young person, but I know that majority of our audience are young. I've looked at the stats. Majority of our audience are within the age of 18 to 26. So I know that some of us that would be in political parties will probably be either in the ruling party, number one, APC, or will be in the one that is now gaining ground, that is Labour Party. That especially if you just decide to join a political party, like let's say last year or something like that. So that might make you a little bit biased. Maybe you want to vote for a certain candidate because that candidate in your party. Vote for a candidate that you think is good. I am not a person of partisan politics. I do not do partisan politics. If the person is good in PDP, I will vote for that person. If the person is good in APC, I will vote for that person. If the person is good in Labour Party, I will vote for that person.
It's all about the person.
It's all about the person.
It's all about not the party.
We don't have this kind of system where it's not like USA where a party has a clear-cut role behavior. Let me put it that way.
That's why I said now they have like an idea. It's based on ideology, right?
Yes. Like for example, parties don't really have clear-cut ideologies.
If it's democratic, was the Democratic Party, for example, you know exactly what kind of mindset the person has.
Yes.
You understand? If it's Republican, you know exactly the kind of mindset that person. You definitely a Republican is always going to be religious. It's always going to be religious. A Democrat is always the open-minded person.
Yeah,
open-minded, and you get back and very wild.
So we don't have that.
We don't have that here.
We don't have that here. So there's no reason why you should be partisan. You should vote for. You should look at the person as a person, rather than under the umbrella he stands with, or under the flag that he stands with. You understand? So you need to be very, very critical of that. And I think so that's it. So we need to just follow what we've just said. We need to be this should be our New Year resolution. It should not be you want to
don't just vote anyhow. that's just the whole base point here, right? Don't vote anyhow. Be critical about how you vote or who you vote. And as we said, those questions, they're very, very critical. You can even add your own question. It's not just limited to the questions that we just asked. Add your own questions that you feel that validate you choosing a particular person to vote for, right? Yes. Add your own question, right? What do you want to add? What's important to you, right? Add it. You understand? Then, but let it not be based on, as I said, partisan, right? Let it not be based on ethnic. You understand? Because those are religion, exactly. You understand? So let it be critical, right?
And we know it's difficult. It's not easy to vote. That's why if I've even had a conversation with some people, they say, why should they vote? Because if you even look at it, they give some funny excuses, but then if you really look at it, they just know that they don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. Or maybe they know what to do, but they know that it's really, really difficult. You understand? Making that decision.
And I think there's something that we said.
Well, it is something that you have to do.
There's something that we said.
You have to do your own part.
There's something that we said we kind of alluded to in the first episode. Sorry, not the first episode. Last episode that we did.
Okay.
More like, and I think we brought into whatever is been in the media, right? That Jakaban is now basically he's not the front runner.
He's the front runner,
Yes, you understand. No, but nothing has guaranteed. There's no logical what's it called as guaranteed that.
It's more of speculation.
It's just speculation.
They are looking at this trend,
and
you know that,
it's the media that is protracting this thing. You understand? So,
like I said, it was like the international community.
Yes,
people from places outside looking in.
So
they are looking at this trend.
I think you should write off that whatever you feel, whatever you see in the media, write it off. Right, whatever is in the media, they're telling you that.
Whatever media.
Yes, whatever media, even if it's a podcast that is telling you that this person is going to influence your decision in whether to vote or not vote, or think about maybe a particular person. No, let it be that you are the one that really critically thought about your vote, who you're going to vote for, based on a set of questions that are really valid.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think that brings us to the end of this
episode. That's it. And take care, enjoy, and have this.
Just have it at the back of your mind.
Just have it at the back of your mind and let it be the mighty.
I think David went a little bit catatonic there.
Yeah. I'm not going to delete this. Say whatever you want to say. Yeah, but guys, we really love talking about this. So New Year resolutions, this should be like the most important one. Have a good week. Enjoy.